RC Command leads the way. Nick here with another Tech Tuesday. Man, it has been a while since I have said that, and I am excited to be back talking about some projects with y'all. Let's get into it. RC Command has had its hand in quite a few builds over the years, both personal builds and helping out some of the biggest names in rock bouncing. This whole journey started back in 2017, 2018. I was in the process of retiring out of the military and just needed to fill that void in my heart. And I've always been a gearhead and working on these little RC rock bouncers in my kitchen while I was still an active duty soldier really helped me. And then moving from Georgia out to Texas to be with Claudia and kind of starting anew there really gave me more time to focus more on RC Command and building it to what it is today. Spending time on social media and so on is not easy. You have to be consistent with it. But we have had the opportunity to work with race programs, with race series all over the country, from the Texas RC Rock Racing Series all the way to the King of the Mountain RC Bouncer Race Series. We had a hand in, we competed in the first ever RC Bouncer shootout at King of the Hammers, and also the first bouncer race at Crawlapalooza, which is the oldest RC event on the East Coast. But all in all, it's been quite a journey, and we're going to start right back here with a couple of more projects to keep things going. We took the standard buggy out to Maine on vacation with me and my kids a couple of months ago, and it performed very well. It was not in a racing capacity. It was more for trail riding. I wanted to see if a purpose-built race rig could go out and trail ride, and we put multiple batteries through this thing, battery after battery after battery, and it really held up. So it is time for a tear down. This thing is going to get taken all the way down to the chassis, cleaned up, and I'm going to go through every bit, every inch of this thing and make sure that it is set and ready to go, because after I'm done and it is all reassembled, it is going to be up for sale. If you have any interests, please message us. Hit me up on any of our social media platforms. This thing has been an absolute dream, and you never know. We could be time for a standard 2.0. What do you guys think? We built the bow down buggy last year. It was a real quick build, and we kind of built it with some stipulations. We just needed to use parts that we had already. This is a Keller RC Performance chassis. The Kellers have completely changed the game as far as RC rock bouncer chassis building goes. They have their own design, and they are proven. These rigs have been on podiums all across the country, and it was an absolute honor to have the chance to build one with these guys. We tore it all down. We're going to paint, panels, everything. This is going to be a race ready to rock rig. We still have a couple of things up in the air. We're not sure if we're going to run rear steer or not. We're not sure if we're going to do dual shocks like the Kellers designed it for, but we are going to run Castle electronics and get this thing ready to race. The Bomber Bouncer. This rig was built when I was back in Texas. It was built on a budget initially. $500 was the cap, and we had a pretty trick pretty trick rig that was raced by some of the biggest names in rock bouncing back in 2019. This thing is going to get completely torn down and rebuilt. New SSD diamond housings. We ran a Death Metal Garage 3-gear trans mount. We're going to run the standard axial 3-gear transmission, rear sway bar, Mamba X, Castle, probably a 3800 kV motor, Proline big bore shocks. This is just going to be a fun rig, something for somebody else to play with if they, where they're at the house and hanging out and don't have anything to play with. But it'll be race ready too if somebody needs a rig to race. All right, I get to announce a new build here. This is the Therapy Buggy. This is Hoback Racing chassis number 13. It was a gift to me after the 2019 series. We're going to make some chassis modifications to this as part of the Tech Tuesday series. We're going to add some cross bracing, dual shear shock mounts, limiting strap mounts, electronics mounts, and sway bar mounts. We're going to be running a bomb-proof 3-gear transmission on the Hoback skid. It's going to have an RCC 80 up front and an SSD axle housing in the rear. Trailing arm in the back and shock to the axle in the front. We're going to be running Proline big bore shocks. This is going to be a trail rig, so we're going to go with the USD stickies. Big old gnarly tire. All Castle electronics, and of course a D-Pats photography wrap. Alright, so we showed you something new. Now we're going to show you something old. This is the Spartan buggy. My son named this buggy. This was the first serious RC that my family bought. It started life out as an Axial Wraith and has been subject to many a night under the knife at my hands. So this thing's going to get a new back half. It's going to get some work from Beyond Limits Design here in Arizona. Some RC Fab tabs. We're going to be running the stickies you see in the background. It's going to have an RCC 80 up front, an SSD housing in the back, another bomb-proof 3-gear transmission. We are going to run trailing arms in the back. We're going to be getting those dual shear shock mounts from RC Fab tabs, limiting strap mounts, again, same deal, and a rear sway bar. We got to get some electronics mounts there. We're going to be running Proline big bore shocks, and it is going to be a trail rig, but we're still going to get our D-Pats wrap on there and get this thing back out on the trail. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've always had a lot of fun with this one. All right, another new buggy, another new build we're going to bring at you guys on this Tech Tuesday series. This is the Death Metal Garage's 75th B1B kit. That is a Vanquish housing, ring and pinion housing up front there. We're going to be running a SSD diamond housing in the rear for differentials. We're going to be running the standard axial 3-gear transmission. We're going to go back to the bomb-proof transmission in all of these rigs, really, because they are so strong, tried and true. We've rarely had any issues with the 3-gear transmission. We're going to be running Castle electronics, and this thing, we're going to build it to be a screamer. Building it for Ultra 4 racing, and even though we really haven't had much experience racing Ultra 4, we have made trips out to King of the Hammers, and there are RC Bouncer Race Series who are incorporating Ultra 4 racing more and more into what they do every day. So, we want to be prepared for that. And plus, it's just going to be fun no matter where we go, really. Anything go fast is going to be fun, whether we're in the desert out here in the west or maybe on the beach back east. But be on the lookout for this thing. It's going to be a good time. All right, and what I'm sure a lot of you guys have been waiting for. This is the reveal of the Weasel Motorsports Ultra 4 chassis. This thing is amazing. I have worked with the best chassis builders on the planet. And this belongs right up there with that title. It is over engineered by far. I think that you could probably rest a Mack truck on top of this thing and it wouldn't crumble. Wyatt has done an amazing job with designing this thing to be rugged. It's a little heavy, but we made some changes to how we build RC rock bouncers, so I think that it will hold up. We're going to be doing running the F9 that you see back there, Vanquish F9 in the rear, and it's going to be an SSD diamond housing up front. We're going to be running Castle 8th scale electronics on this thing. It's a little bit heavier, so we're going to be running a Mamba Monster, and a 8th scale motor. The standard 3-gear bomb-proof transmission that we always run. We're going to be running MIP drive shafts, big bore, Proline big bore shocks. The front suspension links will all be made in-house. We're going to make those ourselves. It's going to be trailing arm in the back. And we're going to be obviously tearing it all down, doing paint and body panels. It's going to have a D-Pats photography wrap. So lots to come with this, and we are going to take you guys along with us for the build. So be on the lookout for updates with this thing. We are extremely excited to have been able to work with Wyatt on this, and we're building it for Ultra 4 racing. We have seen Ultra 4 cars in the 1-to-1 world compete with rock bouncers, so this thing will be kind of a Swiss Army knife of RC rigs. So be on the lookout for this one. This one's coming up next, y'all. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Look forward to seeing you soon.